Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome back to Disco Elysium, where we've just had a sort of a tender moment with Kim, I guess, as Kim tries to protect us from the emotional consequences of our actions for a little bit. And also, we've recovered some things from the car. A thick blue piece of acrylic covering a thin leaf of paper with the officer's name and rank on it. Next to the writing, you see a man stare back at you. A younger version of you, already disintegrating inside, but still presentable on the outside.
That's quite a description.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And the picture that
The picture has neither the facial hair nor the expression, I think. I think that's like a more normal smile.
oh, okay, I'm gonna hit the interact button.
All right.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
Oh, sick! I love seaweed.
I
found my
really,
badge.
I really don't.
I know. I'm sorry. I will eat all the seaweed for you, sweetheart.
Oh, I'm not even talking about it as a food, although it is, to be clear, not a food. It is at best wet roughage. But like a big part of, I think, what contributed to the development of my thalassophobia was like swimming in a lake as a kid and having like kelp like touch my legs. I freaked out proper. Did not go back in that lake ever again.
I'm sorry, sweetheart.
It wraps around it like it grabs you.
I'm scared of jellyfish.
Sorry.
I don't go into oceans because jellyfish.
That's fair.
I found my badge.
At least something good came out of all this.
The lieutenant glances at the badge in your hands, and also you leveled up. Hooray!
I studied the badge.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and in the lower right corner, your precinct.
All right, I will look at the photo.
The man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that.
How old?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good-looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
Hey, sweetie, before we push any further here, can you speak up a little bit, or do I need to turn you up in the mix?
This is me speaking. Is this loud enough?
Okay, here, let me have mouse control for a second. I am gonna turn you up in the mix a little bit. We rearranged a bunch of stuff, and so I'm still kind of like dialing in the appropriate levels. Apologies, everyone. Okay, go ahead and take it back. That should be good.
Okay, and you saw that picture. So do you agree with this analysis? The guy in the picture is rather good looking.
The guy in the picture is way too small for me to have any.
Okay. Because I can't tell, famously. And he's winking. Why?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression.
Oh no.
Although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now.
Okay, I was wrong. It was not a normal smile.
It looks better on him because he isn't in as much pain while producing it as you are now. Although there's already a hint of that pain, certainly.
Okay.
Don't be fooled. The bad times have already begun.
Oof.
Wake up the past and tell it to stay away. The bad times are here to stay.
Ain't that the truth?
The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
All right, name Harrier Dubois.
Harrier, that's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Everard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
What kind of name is Harrier?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
It's meant to keep you safe.
Boy, if you're... I'm not trying to judge anybody here. obviously, if I'm describing you in the audience, please don't take this personally. If your mother sticks you with the name Undying, I feel like that's a cruelty.
Yeah. But I don't want to be Harriet Dubois. I will not accept the name.
Why? It's a cool name. I like it. Besides, you're Harry anyway. No one's ever called Harrier.
Kim, you're not being supportive. Let me choose my name.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you Officer when he's angry with you, and Detective when he's not. The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
He is trying to be supportive, I think.
Alright. Rank LTN to Jaffer?
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
What is a Lieutenant W. Freighter?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
And W. Freighter?
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter.
Declined?
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
What's a decomptage?
Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens militia. It means counting down to twos. The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kinks.
Oh, I've been waiting for Kim to tell me about kinks. What kinks?
Kinks like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
Okay, authority. Fucking take it easy.
So you've been putting up with me because we're of the same rank?
I like that.
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work.
This is one of those things that I really like about the game. Like, that... Did you see what the dialogue option directly above that was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that it offers you both. You're putting up with me because I'm your superior, and you're putting up with me because we're the same rank, as a way for you to get to make the conscious decision to, like, either accept what authority is telling you or kind of tell authority to stuff it.
Yeah.
It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
Aw.
Still,
Yeah.
he doesn't trust you completely.
I'm not gonna say I thought my rank was drunk. I don't want to.
It's very
I don't want-
self-pitying.
Yeah. I'll turn back to the document.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads,
Serial Rev 12-62-05-Jam41.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
Alright, date of issue, 7th of November, 50.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
Yeah, even 4 months ago, they were trying to promote you. Although, given your position, the fact that a promotion would mean you're no longer interacting with the public, like a promotion would take you off the street, is maybe not entirely positive, right?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I assumed that his whole deal, the thing inside him that is like just been crushed to bits, that it happened much longer ago. And I know they said that, you know, the expression was there, the pain was starting, you know, long before. But
the pain was visible 8 to 10 years ago. I mean, listen, there are a lot of guys who are just like, they are fucked up and crushed in a way that either doesn't affect their work or actually kind of like motivates them into work, right?
Yeah. I'm just surprised that 4 months ago he was more functional, or perhaps was more functional.
The pain in your chest tells you you were working yourself to death to earn that rank.
Yeah.
The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going. A lot can happen in 4 months, especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you. Of that you are sure.
Oof, that's
Yeah, so like basically there's something he's not really dealing with. He's using work as a way to not have to focus on it, and eventually like the pressure of that gets to be just a little bit too much alongside a case that's a little bit too much alongside some like the little extra kick of a seasonal affective disorder or something like that.
Yeah. I feel sorry for him.
And you have that moment where like some critical element of the structure buckles and the whole thing just...
Yeah. All right. Precinct 41?
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor. A lot of asphalt. The 41st is...
He stops.
What?
It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
That's why I got a Jamrock Shuffle.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again...
Gosh,
Then
imagine.
again, it's a legendary
Sorry.
district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva.
Okay.
Like, imagine a world where the police are underfunded.
Yeah.
I'm not trying. I'm not just like trying to be glib. Like, for those of you who don't know, people who are not familiar with like the municipal situation in the United States of America. Our governments, both on the federal and like on the federal level and the state level and the more local levels, essentially in lockstep, are all funneling more and more money into police department budgets, like every year, to the point where in a lot of municipalities, the police are getting like more than half of the tax base.
Oh, yeah.
And using it to do just like horrifying things. There's a lot of like purchasing military surplus equipment and getting a lot of money that they don't need and using it in ways that are to the benefit of no one. And I'm just like thinking about how different our view of, because like it's very common for people to talk shit about the police in the particular way that like the police are doing a bunch of stuff so that they can claim unearned overtime. You see like, at a subway station, 6 cops all like not actually doing anything, heads down on their phones. Like, there's all those the police are the only ones who play Candy Crush jokes. Like, think about how different our view of and in relationship with the police would be in a world where they were like underfunded and struggling to be able to do their jobs instead of dramatically overfunded and choosing not to do their jobs.
Yeah. It's, this is something that came up when, this is a brief digression, I guess. When I ran for political office some years ago, from my hometown, they had passed a law the year before, like, not a law, but the voters had voted on a amendment to the city charter, which basically locked in the police at like over 50% of the budget. Like, they had to always be over 50% of the budget, and the cuts just came from everywhere else. And like, it's not even just that it was required that they be 50% or more of the budget, and and you know what? That's actually a very hard thing to run against. It shouldn't be, but at least then, which was quite some years ago, it was very difficult to be the one candidate who was like, "This isn't great, guys."
Yeah, so I don't know. It is possible that people who are like not from America and not as aware see sometimes some of the fighting between like the American left and the American Democratic Party, which likes to portray itself as being left. It's certainly left of its primary opposition, but it's basically like a center-right-ish kind of party, where the American left often talks about the importance of defunding the police, and the Democrats will have no part of it and act like it's a ridiculous idea. A big part of the reason that people are so eager to defund the police, the poor people especially, are so eager to defund the police, is because police budgets are strangling out all of our social systems. And like even in New York City, where certainly there's a lot of money going around, right? Like they recently reduced municipal library service from 7 days a week to 6 days a week so that they could afford to increase the police budget again.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, it sucks. And I will say, so this game, you told me about this game, and I knew I'd be playing a cop, and I was not feeling great about I had to play a cop in a game. But like, I still don't feel great, because they still are kind of just, as a job, as a class, are upholding the order, the systemic oppression, the protection of etc.
More or less, you work for capital, right? Like
yeah.
But
this is a lot more palatable.
Yeah.
Than there's something that first of all doesn't question those assumptions, and secondly, the fact that they are so underfunded and legitimately stretched. I think that's better. I think that's a better, for this fiction for me to get into it and be able to inhabit someone whose occupation I don't think should exist. I think it's good. I'm gonna press on now.
And you? Is it an honor to work with you? Don't ask him. Ask yourself. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
I'll put the badge away. Alright.
Well, we certainly learned some things there.
We did. Okay, I got
this
11.
banged up fuel canister.
You know what?
Sick.
That is... Hey, I'm gonna move. How about I move for the first time this episode?
We're only 17 minutes in. Where are you going?
Okay, so maybe I should look over here first. What I was going to do is I was going to go sell the canister for...
Yeah, is that like pressing? Do you need to do that right this second?
No, I guess not. I didn't see this fence.
Someone has broken down the fence and the barbed wire. Well, I mean, you didn't see this fence, whatever. This, like...
I thought this was the end of the area.
The swing is missing. No one's been here for a long time.
I also want to try to read the...
The wind is corralled by the 4-story buildings around this yard.
Okay, I just take the...
And also 50 cents. Hooray!
Okay, what's this over here?
Glory, says the graffito, to the ghosts of us.
Oh, that's rad.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know
feels
what
a little
it means.
fatalistic. Someone has left their music collection beneath the tarpaulin.
Alright, can we go into this? I mean, not much here, but okay.
Yeah, there really isn't.
Alright. Okay, I can't go further down there. Okay, I think this is the whole... Am I missing like a door or something? Or a place to walk? Because I'm looking... Oh, there's something there. Hang on.
Yeah, the music collection.
Okay.
Cool, a tape. I think the fact that tape means like reel-to-reel tape in this universe.
That's cool. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Rust
what are we thinking?
peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere.
What happened here? Where am I?
In this yard?
The lieutenant looks at the small building. A flock of gray swallows takes off in the distance. Well, you told him to run the hell away and then click the thought while you were running.
I don't know how to interrupt the run.
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscure, for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago.
Wait, what's a block obscure?
A black bloc, a part of the city left unrenovated after the war, or one that has fallen to gang violence, or has become inhospitable in some other way.
So this part of the coast is a block obscure?
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house.
You're right. It's no place. Let's go. And I went over here. Alright, what do we got over here?
There's a boat tucked away underneath this tarpaulin.
There's a thing to go into. Oh no, a chair! My mortal enemy.
You see a dark red chair in the dim light of the room. -1 morale. Okay.
Alright, well,
And a postcard.
that's gonna happen.
Yeah. +2 drama, theater kid. You're sure that wearing this tie is a statement. You're not sure what kind of statement, though.
Alright,
Your drama is way up right now. You are really good at drama.
yeah, I don't need quite that much drama.
Okay, fair enough. And this does add to your conceptualization.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I've
did
got
pick up a
my-
skill point. Do you know what you want to do with that yet? You still have a bunch of thoughts that you could open up a slot for.
I mean, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it into Volition,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try reading those files again.
Through the broken glass, dusty shelves, and a forgotten chair. So you didn't even need to walk in there. You could have just looked in.
Well, then I would have gotten the bow tie.
That is true. Do you think that the descriptive text would have included the bow tie if you hadn't already gone in and gotten it?
No, I don't think so. It really doesn't
Well,
have
if that look,
What?
just seeing your character boogieing around dressed like that, it's...
There are worse looks.
I'm not saying there aren't. Really want to go back to that yard?
Oh, that's that yard. Okay, hang on. No, that's not what I wanted to do. My sense of direction is not the most great.
Yeah, your version of the Jamrock Shuffle is presented with 4 directions. You'll just go to the same 2 over and over again. The underside of this boat has recently been tarred. I love you.
Quick travel.
So it said. What's in this drum? Some pants. +1 to Kingdom of Conscience. That's not even a skill.
Wait, what?
Well, click on it. You just mouse. Tailored trousers in light brown, moderate in every aspect. They're absolutely unremarkable. In other words, perfect. +1 to Kingdom of Conscience. Moralist pants.
All right, let's try this.
Yeah, you want to be a moralist?
I don't know. No.
All right. Well, now you're not wearing pants.
Baby, I haven't worn pants in years.
You see dust-covered linens, dried tulips on a bed.
Alright, okay, going this way. Alright.
White curtains have been drawn shut. No looking in. A wedding stone, well worn and covered in rust. Yeah, it looks rough over here.
Yeah.
Construction material. Whoever planned to build this house left in a hurry.
on here?
The street
Oh.
sign is illegible below the graffito. You know, I think you'll have an easier time if you stop trying to, like, just, like, click on the thing you want to interact with. Don't position for it first.
The scruffy-haired
Alright.
little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old.
Look at your character right now.
The other one
Perfect.
looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
You guys look identical.
The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The
Oh,
obvious fact that you just stated.
I don't want to upset a kid.
He looks just like me.
Yeah, I said that.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt.
You're bad with kids.
The lieutenant remarks with evident glee.
It's impossible to be good with kids. They're too stupid.
You're right there. Let's see if we can find some police work, shall we? We're not getting anything here.
Hey, where's your mom?
The kids don't reply, absorbed in their little game.
Bye, kids. Take care. Alright, let's,
A flower trough where nothing really grows. Maybe in spring. Hard to see the details. The colors, all warm and welcoming, are cozy, though.
Alright, let's check out this house.
It feels safe and warm in here, not like outside. There are a lot of
Right.
jars.
I'm not gonna take the... Oh, it's
Hello,
just a kid.
mister.
A young girl, barely 4 or 5 years old, sits on the sofa. She's looking at you with frank curiosity.
That is an adorable portrait.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Oh yeah, I heard there was a girl here who has armored gloves. Is that you?
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
And where are the gloves now?
I hid them. The twins were going to take them. They're stupid.
She lifts her stuffed toy up and looks into its one remaining eye, as though searching for confirmation.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
He enunciates the last 2 words carefully.
Oh.
She doesn't seem to understand, but the lieutenant's tone has conveyed to her the important part.
He is good with kids.
They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good.
Goodbye.
Bye!
The girl's large, curious eyes remain fixed on you. You are not good with kids. All right, that's fine. Industrial coal pellets burn with an orange glow.
Alright, let's go.
Like, you didn't even try to interact with the bird. You were just like, yeah, I don't want to take it. So what else could there be?
Well, when I hovered over it, it was a take icon.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Broken.
The little castle? The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it sleep in such decrepitude.
Thank you, Kim. I'll reach into the catacombs and pull out the shiny object.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Alright, what else is around here? Oh yeah, there's a lot. Wow. Oh,
Winter, slow to let go of Revachol, flecks some more wet snow from above.
I look around me.
The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring.
How does it feel?
You're warm in your coat, though your cold, damp hair sticks to your head unpleasantly. You should have a hat. You survey the landscape around you.
What's in the west?
More winding coastlines lined with abandoned buildings, crumbling piers, salt water lapping at their dark piles, grey and red forgotten city blocks, what remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast.
And beyond that?
The waters turn black, Coal City in the shadow of San Martin, a boom town, back when coal extracted from countless shafts near the city was needed to power Revachol. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet.
What is there?
Below the old mines, l'Océan Municipal, Revachol's underground cemetery. Le Petit Rat braved the underground passageways, trying to get to Le Royaume.
Les Petites Rats.
Yep, perfect. Flawless.
Children under 14, they go underground looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper.
Deeper.
After rubies, melchiorite, lapis lazuli, plundered from Safle and Seol during the time of the suzerain. In the burial chambers of the kings, Grand Old Philip, Guillaume II, and even in the mausoleum of Philip the Opulent. 2 kilometers underground, in a winding shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed, so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine, favored by Revacholian royalty. Did someone say untold quantities of cocaine? Drop everything immediately and go looking for this hoard.
Electrochemistry, you need to calm down.
Your electrochemistry is very high.
No, that's the problem. It wants to be. I wipe the snow from my shoulder.
Few petits rats return from the shafts. Even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of the black tunnel with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces and on the weather-worn shacks where fathers beat their sons after drinking. The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water.
What's in the east?
The canal you crossed to get here and beyond it. Martinez proper, the district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping snow off their windshield at the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter. Like all monuments, it's also a warning. 6-story ruins on the south side of the roundabout cast a long shadow over the profligate king.
And further?
A fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off its hood. Clean white light coming from the windows of a clean cube-shaped office building hidden amidst ruins. A secret.
I really like that line about like all monuments, it's also a warning. Definitely very relevant to the kinds of monuments you often see in the United States, especially in certain parts of the United States.
That's very true, yeah. What's in the north?
The abandoned church, one of 2 remaining stave churches, which were collectively called Les Sept Sœurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the Revolution.
And further north?
A serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves, sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul.
And on the other side of the inlet?
Then there's Ozon, but the snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far.
Before that, before the curtains are drawn.
The Bay of Revachol. Vastness, great depth. Over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air brinier than here. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos. Wild pines. Zam. Morian. And at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of the Coalition warship, Archer, on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market. You shudder.
Some of that gunboat diplomacy I'm always hearing about.
Yeah, I really just want to restore communism and just tear it all down. I would love to do that by the end of this game. I don't think it's going to happen.
It doesn't really sound like there's anything to restore. I know that we had that like funny big communism rebuilder thing, but it sounds like
really
there was
chill.
like a very small and localized attempt to put some ideas into place that was immediately crushed.
Yeah, and it's, and they call them the communards, and I didn't draw the connection at first. But the communards was what the Paris Commune called, what they were called in 1871. So I feel like it's, very much that 1871 kind of vibe. What's in the south?
The raised motorway, 881, separating Martinez from Jamrock. Vehicles whoosh past one another day and night, while those who reside in the labyrinthine alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And south of the 881 is the Pox.
The Pox.
Was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since. The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off.
But still.
Heavy drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace.
Further south?
A line of motor garages with armored carapaces hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Capri 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill. It serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance.
Wonder if Vic's found his heterosexual life partner yet.
The man in the fishnet wife beater looks over at Chester McLean.
I know what you counted on this when it happened the previous time, but I do like that the shivers lets us just hear dialogue from miles away. That's rad and weird and interesting, and I
Well, the last time that we got specific like character interaction and stuff, it wasn't shivers; it was esprit de corps.
Oh, was it? I thought it was the
because
shivers that brought
these
us
guys
there.
are RCM.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn, I don't know. Even a real Brotherburg like that can't survive everything.
Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells.
No, it was home. I want more.
The stairs descend to central Jamrock. A man named Cooklove has a snow-covered stall there, in the market across the bridge. He sells kebab infested with fly larvae to your colleagues who believe eating it will make them immune to food poisoning.
Oh, that's gross.
That is very gross.
That's really, I have a lot of problem with flies particularly, and that's not great.
Snow falls on the utility district, the library, the florist, the Sarah Mauritian restaurant that offers homemade wine, and also on the brothels and drug dens, and the chop shops of the Zemlyaki. All of this built around a lake that formed in a meteorite strike. At the center of this lake, there is a little ship. There are lights at the bottom of its hull. They are lights directed toward the seafloor, looking for something, like whiskers.
For what?
A chill comes over you, crawling down your back. The sand under your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind.
What's above?
More Coalition aerostatics. Occasionally, lights flash as they maneuver through the falling snow. One large airship carries crates in its belly.
What's below me?
Layer upon layer of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage, hidden bunkers. Rats scuttle.
What a line. Tell me a secret of the sands, wind.
Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You would probably never happen across it. But who knows?
I will stop my feet for warmth brushing off the snow.
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up.
And the zoom back in. This
game, yeah.
I do really like the Shivers interludes. Here we have the rear tire of a motor carriage adorning these reeds, and also some kind of barrel. Rust-eaten letters read Mazut. Okay,
Hang on, let me grab this box.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
$1.15.
All right, pretty solid. The tape player was like 12 real, right?
Yeah.
We're doing well on that. Okay, this is a little bit early, but we have a little bit of time pressure here, so I think maybe this is where we're going to call it for today. It's not an episode where a tremendous amount of plot occurred, but there's a lot of feeling around to do in this area, and also we do like to talk.
Yeah.
So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, there is still more land west of the Waterlock to explore, and also so many things here to do. And then eventually, the investigation or whatever. I think there's some kind of case we're working on. So come back for that, and we'll see you then.